into the sunshine and get out of the shade. This is the one time that you have got it made, and you can feel yourself smiling.
This is something to celebrate, and I am Amber.
And this is Tom.
And Gracie.
And the bartender, Gracie the bartender, actually.
Spilling the tea today, quite literally.
You need one of those little mixers. Too.
Cocktail shaker, please, thank you.
Please.
That would be helpful right now.
Well, this has been an eventful week for all of us.
Yes, absolutely.
We have had the Leading Hearts magazine.
Yes.
Just got one to print, and we're releasing one today.
Yes.
Actually, Leading Hearts.
The summer issue is dropping today.
Yes, so be sure to get that. We have the cover girl of summer, Pam Farrell, who we talked to a couple weeks ago. We talked to her, and
What an awesome lady.
she is an awesome lady. So you want to get that. So it's Leading Hearts, not
Bleeding Hearts.
Not Bleeding Hearts, as
Either.
Tom says. So leadinghearts.com, and you can text Leading Hearts, all one word, to 64600 and actually get that right now. Get that issue right now. So we're celebrating that. So what word of the day are we celebrating?
Well, one word. I just want to make sure the folks know that at leadinghearts.com, that is a free
Yes.
online magazine. There's no subscription fee at all, but it's just a great magazine.
Yeah.
And our word of the day that Amber sent me is jubilate.
Yes.
And this is a time for the 4th of July that we'll be jubilating.
Jubilating.
Which means to celebrate a joyful occasion.
That's awesome.
And just for fun, while Gracie's over there doing her thing, there's another fun word that I ran across, mungo. Mungo.
Ironically, we do have mango today.
Kind of,
Mungo. It's mungo.
mungo. It kind of sounds like mango.
Yeah.
I
But-
thought that's why you said it like you knew everything. Tom
But
knows
mungo,
all.
I see all, I know all. But mungo is a dumpster diver.
Yeah.
One
I
who
have friends who do that.
Yes, one who extracts valuable items from trash, and it also came to be known as a cheap felted fabric made from waste wool.
Yeah. Well, some of my friends dumpster dive at maybe I shouldn't like rat them out. Like at some of the major like beauty stores, they say that like they can get really high end stuff.
Interesting. Some beauty stores give it to charity. Like I worked at TJ Maxx. Well, not charity, but I worked at TJ Maxx, and they gave their non-bought clothes to Goodwill. So.
Okay. Well, this was like makeup. Like so they try to
okay.
destroy the makeup before they put it in the dumpster. But people were like, "Oh, that's still good." So scraping it off, Would you wear makeup that was in the trash, Tom?
Oh, yes, any day, any day. Actually, I have worn stage makeup from time to time.
So what's the best stage makeup that is actually a girl product?
I've had some pretty sketchy stage makeup in my lifetime.
I don't know. I actually bought
The real reason
real
theater's
stage
behind
makeup.
me.
Yeah, so not cover girl.
No.
No. Oh gosh. You really should have been trying some of that he's actually our token guy for Leading Hearts magazine, women's
really
magazine.
is.
And I like that. He brings balance to the force.
And the token guy at Austin.
He also is
Traders
just
and
very
Secret-
good at what he does. Like I just gave him an article, and I was like, make it better, and he did.
Yeah, that's what we do. We bring our children to Tom Young, and he makes them better.
I was all trying to make it perfect, and Tom was like, "We're a team here," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
But
Well-
Gracie, that's like I said, it had good bones. There was good material there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just want to brag on her a little bit. Our intern is doing a great,
Yeah.
a great
Even though
job.
I keep like freezing our
Yeah.
snacks and spilling them.
She just interviewed Alex Kendrick of the Kendrick Brothers for the new Overcomer movie.
Super
with
nice guy, really fun time.
Priscilla
It was really
Shire
great.
is in that movie, and that's one of the features in the magazine. So you can read
Yes.
read all about Gracie's article.
Tom's
give her,
killer spread is there.
yeah,
so.
give her 5 stars, 5 thumbs up.
Yes.
And as we said, Tom always makes everything better. So you also have a natural solution here to make everything better.
Yes, CBD capsules, and CBD is a buzzword in the natural health industry right now. Natural Solutions store offers CBD in capsule form, 10, 25, and 50 milligram doses. Now that way you have a controlled measurement when finding the dose that works best for you, and these capsules provide the same benefits as CBD oils, but without the difficulty of measuring all the proper dosages. They're easier to transport for those of us who are on the go. Now here's some of the benefits of CBD. Supports muscles and joints, reduces inflammation, promotes bone growth, relieves anxiety, reduces blood sugar levels, antibacterial, and slows bacterial growth. Therefore, it has shown positive results for people with autism, diabetes, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, PTSD, anxiety, and supports brain health. And you can order your CBD capsules at www.naturalsolutionstore.vz.
Oh, that's awesome. And what day are we celebrating? Days, actually. The month of June. I know that's a great month.
Actually,
it's the month of July. This is
the month of
yeah.
July.
Oh,
Well,
my
yesterday
goodness.
was Canada Day.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
here's the editor kind of
Okay,
marking
mark
that through. And
st-
so those
mark
months
that
refer to June.
It is July.
But July 2, this is Made in the USA Day.
Made in the U.S. Wait, I'm thinking of Born in the USA.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Bruce Springsteen.
And then I heard
song.
the song back in the USSR, so
No.
that's definitely not patriotic.
No.
All right.
It's World Sports Journalist Day.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for all those people that follow the teams
I
around.
thought about being a sports journalist just so I could get my brothers access because
Yeah.
I hate sports, but I knew they liked it.
And Special Recreation for the Disabled Day.
Oh, wow.
And on this day in 2002, now this is something that probably a lot of us can remember, American businessman Steve Fawcett completed the first solo around-the-world balloon flight. It was his second attempt to do that. Took him 13 days in a balloon called the Spirit of Freedom, and he covered 20,000 miles.
Wow.
1937, American aviator Amelia Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan are heard of for the last time before
Oh, wow.
disappearing.
Wow.
And the plane has never been found.
Wow.
And birthdays today, 1986, Lindsay Lohan was born.
Oh, wow.
So happy birthday, Lindsay.
Wow.
I was yesterday. I found out I have the same birthday as Elton John, so that's kind of cool.
That
You're-
is
you're-
cool.
I was looking up to see when he was knighted, which is in 1998, by the way, and then his birthday's March 25th,
That's awesome.
1947. I think it's 47. But yeah,
You're just a purveyor of some random information, Gracie.
it was a really good time. Well, I saw his
Yeah.
movie, the Rocket Man movie, so I was like, I gotta see when he was knighted, and then I was
Yeah.
like, also he has the same birthday as me, so that was very exciting.
Okay, so we have about 5 minutes for your segment. So can we drink
So
fast?
this-
We're
yeah.
going to have to drink like shooters.
Well, and Matt can have some here too. We can figure this
Matt,
out.
you're going to have
Here's
to come
a
in.
Straw.
Okay. So
This is such a
so
surprise.
so Gracie, tell us about our taste test
So
today.
this is from La Boba Cafe. This is on Sunshine and kind of Sunshine in Kansas kind of area right there, tucked away, right next to a Korean karaoke place that's opening soon. But there's so we have this one is called it's like Loonme and it has no that one yes. This has so the jellies are kind of like the boba, but they're more square, and so they have
Jellies.
Jelly.
yeah. So
They have jellies.
yeah. You can kind of this is
You know what?
I do
I think we
slushies,
should
too.
all just taste one of them.
Okay.
So let's give Mikey this one.
Okay.
Let Mikey try it.
Yeah, Mikey, he'll like it. Let Mikey try it.
This is passion fruit tea with
Ooh.
exploding mango boba.
Okay, exploding mango. That
And
sounds
then
like
this
crazy.
is the matcha tea, like the green tea stuff
yeah,
with
I'm
the
not-
regular boba.
Okay, what is this you sent to me?
So I don't know what kind of fruit that is, but they said it's the fruit kind of tastes like a pina colada.
It
Okay.
does smell like a pineapple.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
that
the
smells good.
the jellies inside of it are pineapple. So
Okay.
the jelly is gonna be like flavorful like a boba, but it's like square instead of
boba.
round.
Okay,
The little
Matt,
one.
you got to try yours and say what.
Okay.
Well, those are some huge straws.
I'm trying. Well, they're for the
Yeah.
balls that have to go through them.
Is that ice chips
Mine
in
is
there?
definitely tea, and it's very good. I like it. Yeah, those are ice chips because I froze it instead of just putting it in the refrigerator because I was worried
Wow.
about it being too frozen.
That's better than I thought it was going to be. I thought when I saw you over there, like
Crunching away.
crunching away at the jelly,
Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is gonna be gross, but it's actually not bad.
Mine is
I'm
really
trying
good
to
too.
like fish out a bobble.
Make sure when you eat your your bobas that you chew them, because there's that story. Did you guys hear about the girl that went to the hospital because she had all these bobas in her stomach that hadn't been like digested?
Okay,
So-
when you drink something, you don't think about chewing. I think that's just
Yeah,
like
that's what wakes people out. I think about it. Also, if you don't like tapioca or anything like that, this might.
I got a boba. Did you get one?
Not yet. No.
They're the little round.
I love
Right
this
now,
tea.
this is
I'm
like
gonna
a
get it
slushy,
more.
which is really good.
Eating a boba.
Yeah.
They do have smoothies, and you can add your bobas to anything. They have a whole menu of bobas. They also do the ice cream that you put it on the surface and you make it into a little scroll. Mm-hmm. So they have all kinds of frozen desserts. They also have snow cones.
I
So
do
they
like
have
the
a whole
rolled ice cream. Rolled ice cream is amazing. Have
Yeah.
you seen rolled ice cream?
Yeah, where it freezes and they
So they have rolled ice
scrape it.
cream there. They have the boba. They have ices, like snow cones, and then they have smoothies.
So
they
the
have a whole
boba's
variety.
like some weird Jello kind of.
Yeah. That you're supposed to think about eating before you swallow. I just don't get that.
Well, you
like taking
you
a
have
pill.
the jelly, so the jelly's a little bit different too. But
It-
this one's very good. I love mine. What
I've
do you think
never kind of
yours?
figured out. What do you think, Matt?
I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
I
really.
thought
You like yours is passion fruit, so it's like a classic.
I thought this was going to be just some hipster drink that.
It totally is a hipster drink.
Is it a hipster drink?
Well, it's actually from Taiwan. It's Taiwanese.
yeah.
So it's, if anything, it's America being like, "Whoa, look at this neat thing we found."
Did you say it was Taiwanese or from Thailand?
Taiwan.
Taiwan.
Okay.
So you want to Taiwan on with this?
He's here all week, folks.
Well,
I'm here till Thursday. Try the veal.
my
So that's kind of
my
my
passion fruit.
say
is really
grace
awesome.
and my food suggestion.
This is awesome.
Restaurant. Love Boba Cafe.
Well, I think I love this passion fruit one, but it kind of reminds me because that I'm having that apprehension about actually chewing my drink. So it's kind of like getting bubblegum ice cream. You don't know if you're.
But
supposed to
usually you don't dump
chew
it
and-
out.
Yeah.
You just peel the top of it off, and you stir it up, and then you drink it that way.
Yeah.
Or you just stab it through the
Yeah.
top, right?
Stab
Like
it. And most people just stab it through the top like
Wow.
a big juice box.
Yours has a really unique flavor.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's
So
very strange.
it's rich,
Oh my
but not
gosh.
too rich.
Well, this has milk too. Mine and yours have milk, and hers is just iced tea.
yeah.
Ah,
So all these different flavors. Thank you. Yeah. As I said.
sorry, Tom.
When you're chewing, when
That's
you're,
okay.
it's kind of like when you're getting bubblegum ice cream. You don't know if that's, are you supposed to really swallow that gum?
Yeah, but it's not actual gum.
Really?
It's bubblegum flavored ice cream.
Okay, well,
Unless they actually have bubblegum in it, which is
yes,
kind of crazy.
I've seen the ones with
I have seen
bubblegum.
that.
I have seen ones with bubblegum. So they're just encouraging a generation to
Swallow
gum
bum-
and get it
bubble
embedded
gum.
in their intestinal lining.
Yeah, yeah. I actually don't think it sits in your intestine for 7 years, though. I think
Yeah.
you can't digest it, and it just
But
passes on
they
through.
also told us that if you like swallow an apple, you'll grow an apple seed. You'll grow an apple tree in your stomach.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
something our grandparents told us.
My mom told me if I ate celery, it was like a broom to my stomach.
It really is. It's like swallowing
much
a
fiber.
scrub brush
Okay.
for your
My
intestines.
mom eats whole apples. Like she'll just eat the whole apple.
Well, that's
It's very strange.
at once.
I love her. Yes.
Like she'll shove the whole apple in her mouth and just.
No, but she
Yeah.
does eat the core and everything.
Well,
yeah,
even
that's
if it's
weird.
core, she'll eat it.
That's
the
weird.
the awkward cleaning techniques of your intestinal tract, kind of like in the Victorian times when they used to throw geese down the chimney to clean the chimneys out.
I will say that's true.
That was before the days of PETA.
I will say that iceberg
How PETA was
lettuce
formed.
has no nutritional value whatsoever.
Exactly.
So if you're going to eat lettuce, eat romaine, or
Yeah.
we actually grew some green
I
leafy
hate
lettuce
iceberg.
this year, and it overtook the bucket that it was planted in. So if you want a salad, you just go out and rip some leaves off of
That's
it, go
awesome.
inside, chop it up, and make salad.
Yeah.
But it grows really, really fast and has a lot of it, but it's really good for you and it tastes good. I like baby spinach myself.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
me
um,
too.
I can
Well-
see they probably have these with like kale mixed in
Yeah,
with them.
they do. They probably have every.
I have the menu at home. I forgot it, but
Yeah, it's supposed to be every kind of every kind of millennials health food type
Did you
thing
get a
option.
boba? Was it exploding? Because it's supposed
Yes,
to be.
it's exploding.
Supposed to be mango.
It's exploding. And actually, right now, I'm exploding to talking to our next guest.
Yes, I was going to
I'm
say.
on my way back
yeah.
behind the control.
Control booth.
Thanks for
Matt,
everything. Thank you, Grace.
for the exploding bobas.
Thank you for always being willing to try whatever I bring
Hey,
in.
I'm always
You never
down.
know what's going to happen. And
And
I
if
like
you-
Mikey.
If you really want to freak somebody out, you say my bobas are exploding.
thank you.
Hey, Gracie, and while she's dialing, can you tell us again the name of the place
So this
and
is
where it is?
Le Cafe Boba, and it's off of Sunshine, but it's like the corner of Sunshine and Kearney.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that side of town. And it's
Okay.
real tucked away. So just type it in your GPS.
Well, I'm bringing on Sharon Oliver from CEO Magazine.
Yes.
This is like Women's Publisher Day. Women in Publishing Day.
She's out there in Virginia, right? Near Richmond.
Virginia.
Good morning. This is Sharon.
Oh, good morning, Sharon. This is Amber.
This is Tom.
And this is
Hi,
Gracie.
Amber. How are you?
You are on something to celebrate. We are so excited for you to be on today.
Oh, wonderful. I'm just as excited to be there.
It's Sharon. Can I just say, she is probably the most like rockin' woman I know. Like, besides all the other rockin' women I know, this girl is a rock star,
Yes.
and she is the publisher of CEO Magazine for women
Yes.
who do it all. And sometimes we all feel like a woman who does it all. So it was so great to meet Sharon in Richmond, Virginia, when I was going and speaking at a Made to Flourish event for business entrepreneurs, and got to meet Sharon. So intimidated by this woman. Like, I thought I could not go up and speak with her. I'm like, and I found out that she was coming to see me, which was pretty like a boost to the ego, you know. But Sharon, you have such an amazing journey in publishing. So you're like my kindred spirit, because I know what it's like to be a woman in publishing. Tell me a little bit about, you're doing this life and style magazine and just encouraging women to love their life. Tell me how that dream got started in you.
Well, first of all, is that Tom?
Yeah,
That
that is
Yeah.
Tom. Tom the Tom.
Yes.
Tom is like the father of all fathers. I
The father of publishing.
love him. He is everything to me. Such a man of great grace and poise, for sure.
That's so true.
Yeah, he's a blessing to the body of Christ, for sure. Well, basically, the kind of sort of living the life and the lifestyle really starts or stems from having to go through a divorce and, ending a very unhappy situation and losing it all financially, my relationship, everything that meant something to me, I lost.
Yeah.
And then out of that, from the shambles and the dry bones, choosing to rebuild my life over again, and then understanding that God says that none of this shall be wasted.
Yes.
So that's where it comes from.
And Sharon, I mean, literally, I think that the biggest encouragement in seeing, literally, this girl is a cover girl. It's really like almost intimidating to see how together this girl is. And yet she has a real story, and she's gone through stuff that is hard, and just being relatable and being a sister, and just being able to come up and through the fire, actually, and realize, and I think you can encourage ladies who feel that they don't have it together. How would you encourage ladies to pursue their dream?
Well, I would be encouraging them. I would be encouraging and speaking the same words to myself, because a lot of times, man, it's just like, can I really do this? Because we have all of that chatter that's going on in our head, and I'm trying to, I call it cease the chatter, a lot of times we really don't, we look in the mirror, like I hear all of those things that you say, oh, she has it together, she's this, she's that, but a lot of times you don't see underneath the clothing the brokenness and the scars and the battle wounds and the leaking heart. Like about a week ago, I literally checked myself into to a hotel just to spend 3 days alone with God.
Wow.
And to let God, and I had to say, God, I am broken. I am broken. I am bleeding. I'm still hurt, and I'm traumatized.
Yes.
Yes, I'm smiling for social media. Yes, I'm, looking the part. But God, behind all of this, you see the real me. And I need to check myself in because I need you to do what surgery cannot do.
Wow.
So,
Such a
so
powerful.
that is the thing, is admitting that when shots have been fired, that you understand that sometimes there has been trauma and that you need some triage services, and really just going to God outside of all of social. I literally just unplugged from society and told my ex-husband, you handle the children. I must go meet with God. So I
Wow.
encourage women to be real with themselves. And Amber,
Yes.
it's very interesting because we forgive everybody else. I forgave my husband. I forgave this person, this person, this person. But I was standing in the hotel of the bathroom, and I said to myself, I said, Sharon, I looked myself in the mirror and I said, the only person you have not forgiven is yourself. And
Wow.
the person that you're loving everybody else and you seeing everyone, but the person who is destroying you is the person looking back at you,
Wow.
because you don't forgive yourself and give yourself permission to move forward. It's
Wow.
over with. So what's
Wow.
next?
I,
So that's what I say to women.
that is such a powerful, powerful statement. Is learning to forgive yourself, because sometimes we get so busy, Sharon, and I know for you, you're on 24/7 almost.
Yeah.
That it's not that we don't want to. I think we overlook ourselves, or overlook the need, or overlook that we haven't done something in our lives. And I really appreciate when you said, just push the pause on your life,
Right.
and
Yeah.
unplug, because it is hard. I mean, Sharon, you're on, excuse me, she has all these amazing podcasts, and I mean, literally red carpet type venues where you're encouraging other women and stuff. Tell me about how that came into your heart, Club CEO, and just pouring into these other women entrepreneurs.
Well, I think I've realized that when I owned a daycare for 24 years and that ended, I understood that women really do a lot. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, when you're in daycare, a lot of times you're dealing with the children all day long. And so then that's how that birthed the magazine, when I really understood that women do it all and we need a platform to talk about that. And
Wow.
then from that platform, then that's what inspired Club CEO, because then I understood that when you're not in corporate America and you're an entrepreneur, you feel very, very lonely. And
Yes.
because I was used to talking to children for 24 years, and now I'm out here by myself, and I need to tell somebody, man, I'm not sure I'm going to pay rent, or man, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to buy a steak, like this is
Yeah.
not looking good, or have that serious conversation of, girl, a Target job is looking real good about now. Should I stay in my suit? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you needed that other girlfriend encouragement to say, no, girl, you got this. We are eating oodles and noodles, but we are putting a good barbecue sauce on it,
Oh, that's so, so true. And you know what? It is true. Like, we sacrifice and to follow what God has for us. And I
Yes.
think that's important. If we had, $1 million budget and we went forward in something, we wouldn't have to have much faith. But, you know, as you move forward, it's been a walk of faith for you, and God bringing people into your life. Tell me about, like, even just when you felt like, okay, this is the next step of, were you involved in publishing after daycare, or was this just something on your heart?
I got involved in publishing just before I got out of daycare, because daycare was, while it was great and it was lucrative, it was also very draining. and being
Yeah.
responsible for other people's children, their most precious commodity. For 24 years, like I had nights I would wake up and be like, oh, did I get on the bus? And all of that type of
Oh my
stuff. And,
gosh, yeah.
I didn't drive a BMW. I drove a 15-passenger van for years. Why? Because we were 24 hours, 7 days a week, which was
Oh
not a
my
great recipe for marriage
goodness.
at all.
No.
Right. So I started I started the magazine just as I was kind of leaving out of that era to kind of more establish. I had not been in publishing prior to that.
That's so awesome. And honestly, you would not know. I mean, literally, the CEO magazine, everybody needs to go ceomagazine.com and CEO magazine on Facebook. It really looks like Vogue, honestly. And not necessarily, not just with it's just so top notch, and you have such a top notch team with you. And I think that that's kind of vindicative of what God's called us. And I know that when I was called to do a magazine with no financial backing, just in my spare time, God brought people like Tom into my life who could do the editing and do all these different things. And I think that that was a greater walk of faith than just if something would I just walk into a job. And I know that has been the same for you, Sharon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us about, because you just had to restart your journey. You just had to restart this journey after a divorce, and it was in turmoil in your own life. But here, this dream was rebirthing on the side of this. What got you through that period? Because it wasn't a happy or fun period.
No, it absolutely wasn't. But I just really had this determination that I always repeat what they say sometimes: do not go to the graveyard with your music box still playing. And I knew that and I really knew that God had given me this as a platform and for a purpose. And so it was my baby. And in all honesty, Amber, it was all I had left.
Wow.
It was all I had. So sometimes when, because we see like all of these broken pieces and shard glass, and we're like, I have nothing. But it's all I had to cling on to. And I know about having, because even with this past issue, I've had to, pull on, the infamous Amazing Tom to help. So it's people like that. And I hope that I just don't get to crying, because it's not going to be pretty, because then we're going to not have a show. But it's things like that when you feel like throwing in the towel, that God will send what I call a ram in the bush, in that case in the form of Tom.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
ram in the bush.
Ram in the bush. I've never been called that before. Thanks a lot, Sharon.
that had the patience.
Yeah.
And he didn't know this little black girl from Richmond at all.
Yeah.
And that's the favor of God that says, I will not let you fall. And I'm telling you, we took him through a journey that most people would have just been like, I am not answering your phone. So when you see that kind of favor, that, that's not just, but it's something more to that. I mean, yes, it's the God in him, but he could have been like, well, I don't know you, and I have my own thing, and we have our own magazine, but he gave of himself.
Yes,
you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And to me, that's how God encourages you when he sends somebody that you don't even know, doesn't even look like you, not even related to you, to bail you out.
Yeah. Well, God is so amazing in the miracles happening. And I say everybody around you, like Sharon, miracles aren't just happening to you. Every person who comes into your life, there is something more that you give them than just a client transaction. And that's the beautiful thing about CEO Magazine and what they're doing. And I just encourage people, this magazine needs to be taken nationwide, because it's just incredible.
It is a classy publication. I felt like I was working on a Lamborghini.
Yes, exactly.
No, I mean that seriously. It's just that classy.
And if you can imagine Tom working on this high style fashion magazine like Vogue, which he has.
And I'm just a dumpy old old guy.
It shows you that giftings come in unexpected packages. I mean, honestly, gifted people. So you don't know who's around you that you could speak into their life, or who's there that is going to come on board. And Sharon, you are beautiful in every way. I love you, and you're just a blessing to me, and I know to Tom would say the same thing.
Yes.
And I want everybody, tell us, actually you do consulting as well as for business ladies, ladies who know their business, or maybe don't know their business, just launching out. Tell us about what you do in that arena.
Well, what I do is I help women into the birthing room to birth those God-given ideas and bring them into fruition. And I tell women, who don't have a clue, they just have all of these little seeds running around in their head. I tell them, I said, just come over to the club. We're going to fix you some tea and just lay on the couch and bring a notebook
awesome.
and just mind dump everything. And I just sit there in the chair and cross my legs with an ink pen and a notebook, and I let them get it all out, because I understand the beauty of the birthing room and when a woman is pregnant with vision, what it takes to kind of get that out. And then once that happens, then I proceed, AJ and I, to talk to them about what is the next level. And we try to do so at an affordable rate, whether it be a website, a logo, a business card. And we put a lot of thought into making sure that we take it on just like if it's our baby. Because we want to, we're helping you. We're like that midwife helping to bring this thing to pass. And so that has been a blessing. And we're also moving now, however, into the area where God is calling us to be more ministry related. So we're starting to cater what we do more so to our own specific brands for ministry purposes.
That's exciting. So. Tom, do you have a final question you'd like to cap off with?
Before we sign off, Sharon, we just want to make sure that we know how our people can get hold of you. Either a website or how they can sign up for your magazine, subscribe to it, whatever that is.
Absolutely. So Amber said it's www.ceomagazine.com, but it's actually www.myceomagazine. So it's just My CEO Magazine.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm giving the wrong information. So
I'll smack her for you, Sharon.
Yeah, it used to be. And from there, that would lead you to the actual magazine and also all of the branding services that we offer, and that'll lead you right into our social media as well.
Well, everybody needs to get a hold of this best-selling life and style magazine in Richmond, Virginia. We want to make it the best-selling life and style magazine in the U.S. and in the world, because this is such an incredible for women entrepreneurs, and who can make, and also this influence, you can make a ministry impact in the mainstream world. So thank you, Sharon, for being with us today.
Yes, thank you, Sharon.
Oh, no, thank you. And please kiss Tom right on the forehead. Kiss Tom on the forehead for me.
Right with my big pink lips. I'll just put it right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
How exciting. Do you have, Tom, a little natural solution you want to plug really quick?
Yes. Branch chain amino acid comes in powder or capsules. Branch chain amino acid, BCAA, is available in powder or capsule form. It is a high-performance amino acid formula, ideal for athletes who train hard and want to preserve and build lean muscle. And that goes for anybody that has any kind of an exercise program, I'm sure. It's for anyone wanting to get faster results and better performance from their exercise and workout routines. These amino acids provide your body with important muscle building elements to promote lean muscle building, strength, and recovery. It's a new high-potency amino acid formula designed for building muscle and strength. You can see noticeable results in under 30 days. So lower body fat and enhance muscle repair and recovery, reduce muscle soreness, go stronger. It will help prevent muscle breakdown, maximize your performance and ability to work out longer. BCAA is manufactured in a USA-based GMP certified facility. So branched chain amino acid is available at www.naturalsolutionstore.bz.
Well, we are getting to our next interview, which is another amazing woman of the publishing world.
Yes.
I'm really liking this. This is my
Yes,
this is
co-owner.
Good morning.
Good morning, Athena. This is Amber,
And Tom.
Hey, hey.
Hi.
and you're on Something to Celebrate. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You betcha. In
You
fact,
know-
let me turn the sound off so we don't get reverb. Okay, there we go.
Well, it's so exciting. I'm excited. We've had a woman of publishing kind of radio
Yes.
show today, and this is another incredible woman who has, gone through the fire of adversity and like come out on top. It's top notch. Athena, you're a member of the Advanced Writers and Speakers Association. She's a speaker, author, and also a radio show host. So you could just like do this, Athena. Like you could do this show. Why don't you just take over? You can ask your own
you're doing a great
questions. Well, Athena, she's a co-owner of Redemption Press Redemption Press Publishing Company, and amazing organization. If you're wanting to work with amazing, excellent people to publish your book, Athena, this has not been an easy or exciting, but tell us a little bit about how you got into the publishing arena, and I really want to hear your testimony.
Well, 33 years ago, shortly after I got saved, after not hearing the gospel for the first 33 years of my life, I got involved in ministry for Vietnam veterans and their family members.
Wow.
We ended up needing a resource that we could give out to these veterans and their wives so they could understand post-traumatic stress, which back in the 80s was not even a word.
Yes.
And we had the executive director of the organization had written a manuscript about post-traumatic stress and ended it with his personal testimony of how the Lord healed him.
Wow.
And, it was sent in to multiple publishers all across the country, rejection letter after rejection letter. And, we were just kind of, okay, we have to do something. We don't know what to do, but
yes.
we ended up connecting with a guy who was a very skilled writer who offered his services to help us rewrite the entire book because it needed a lot of work. The manuscript was not ready for publication. That's why we got all those rejections.
Yes.
And he offered to rewrite it, have the cover designed, have the layout done, issue an ISBN number, get us 10,000 copies for $1 a piece,
wow.
which, was a lot of money to us because we certainly didn't have it, but we knew that was our answer to prayer. And that was going to give us the opportunity to have that resource at the Moving Wall and at all these different events that we were part of.
Wow.
And so, we knew this was God's answer. We stepped out and said, okay, I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to do it. And within 10 days, a man came to the office and said, I know about your ministry. It was Point Man Ministries was the name of the ministry. And he said, I believe in what you're doing. I hear you have a need. He wrote a check for the entire amount.
Wow.
And so we went through those 10,000 copies in less than 2 years. And then we were in the green room getting ready to be on the 700 Club with Sheila Walsh.
Wow.
Because they had just started putting on events for Vietnam veterans. And we met a guy who said, wow, you've gone through 10,000 copies in 2 years. That's pretty amazing. I think I can sell this to a publisher. And we were like, sweet, because we had lived on that money from those 10,000 copies and never put any aside to be able to reprint.
Yes.
So that was another answer to prayer. And he, within a very short time, pitched it to Multnomah Publishers, and the senior editor said, "Hey, I'll take a look at this." Just so happened his brother was a Vietnam veteran, so
Wow.
they jumped on and published the book. Kept the same title, repackaged it a little bit, and sold 40,000 copies over the next 8 years.
Yes.
And since that time, it came back to the ministry after that 8 years, and has now sold 250,000 copies
Wow.
with a million copies in print, because
Yes.
a number of organizations were given the rights to just print it for free and give it away.
Wow.
It was, that back in the 1980s, the late 80s, there wasn't a strategy to self-publish so you could prove that you had enough of a platform for a publisher to pick up your work, a
Yes.
traditional publisher. But that's what God did.
Yes. So
Even though, now it's a strategy, then it
Yeah.
wasn't.
So that's how you started doing what you're doing, is
Exactly.
recognizing potential in these manuscripts and helping it get to the next level, and helping people to but it hasn't been an easy journey. In fact, you started out in publishing and kind of got hurt. Well, you did. Let's not say kind of. You were being a new Christian. Got involved with somebody who was a client, actually, and had end up in a very hurt way that destroyed your family, basically. Tell us about that journey.
Well, we ended up publishing a book 8 years into Wine Press Publishing, which was the company that developed out of the ministry experience that we had with the Nom Vet book. And 8 years in, we ended up publishing a book for and I say the word pastor loosely, because he was pretending to be a pastor, but he really was a con man, and basically saw Wine Press Publishing as something that he wanted. And over the next 12 years, he pretty much got what he wanted. And he and his wife both using scripture out of context and manipulating and controlling, and just pretty much manipulated me into divorcing my husband in the name of Jesus, not talking to my kids for 12 years, giving them Wine Press Publishing for $10 when it was a $3.5 million company. It was really, I think it's interesting that today I'm the second person that you've interviewed who has lost everything.
Exactly.
And God has redeemed.
That's what I think that is so, it's like you have the Job story, literally.
Yep.
There was moments when you probably said, I just want to die. I just want to end this pain. And it was so early in your journey, because Athena came out of Scientology, and incredible. You were like a top dog in there. I'm not top dog, but signing up people like John Travolta and it was probably a time in your life where it was a struggle to know what exactly truth was, and to be sound in faith when people come in and manipulate even Christianity. And I just admire you so much, Athena, the fire that she's come in. Incredible testimony. Tell us about your book.
It's my memoir. It's my fourth book, but it is my memoir that came out of a couple of years of blogging through my realization that I had spent 12 years being deceived by this wolf in sheep's clothing, that I had, once again, as an unbeliever, I was deceived by the Church of Scientology.
Yes.
And as a believer, was also, again, deceived by someone who held themselves out to be someone who was committed to the Word of God and, you know, was
Yes.
doing God's will, but it was the same spirit behind. I mean, it's just
Yes.
uncanny how similar both of those experiences were in different ways, but from a spiritual perspective, they were both things that appealed to my pride and were very deceptive.
Wow.
And so as I began to unpack that and realize, oh my goodness, seeing all of the ways that I had been deceived, and then really taking responsibility for my part, because there were areas where I ignored red flags.
Yes.
And I had to take responsibility for that and own that and say, I wasn't only a victim. Yes, I was a victim of spiritual abuse and manipulation, but I played a part because God did try to warn me and I refused to listen.
Wow.
And so my book talks a lot about those. It talks a lot about the history of going through that deception and all that it entailed, but then my realizing my part and working through that in the repentance process and really coming to terms with that, and how much that was a defining moment when I asked the question, what in the world just happened and what was wrong with me that I could believe a lie is the truth and give up everything for it. And that just accelerated my healing. Just, it was almost, mind-boggling how fast it happened after that, the redemption and the restoration.
Yes.
Once I realized.
Yes.
Hey,
and now you're on the other side of it, married to the love of your life.
Yep.
And God has restored, and you have this amazing company. I know we don't have even the time to talk about it. You guys need to get the book, Full Circle by Athena Dean Holtz. We'll put the link in the comments below. But I really want to just also for you to encourage people who have a story like you to tell how Redemption Press can help them.
Well, we have pretty much every level of help that you could need, from ghostwriting. If you have a story and you just don't have the time or the ability to write it yourself, we have editors and writers who can come in there and help you pull the story out of you and write it in your voice. If you need to be coached through writing the ideas that you have and you want to learn how to write them, we have coaches that can help you do that. We have editors that can help clean up what you've already written, just like we needed back when that first book came out. It needed an entire rewrite.
Yes.
We have editors that will do that. We have editors that will just clean up what you have if it's written well, but it just needs that final polishing touch.
Yes.
So we have all levels of the help that you need, the cover design, the layout, whether it's printing just on demand or a large quantity, depending on the need. We have all the resources to do all those things and do them with excellence, because that is just such a huge deal for us. We've, for 30 years, I pretty much pioneered the self-publishing movement in the Christian market back in the early 90s, when it wasn't cool to self-publish.
Exactly. And it does. Ladies and gentlemen, she has books in Barnes and Noble. So this isn't just bootleg publishing. This is really high class, boutique, I would say boutique press. And the level of excellence is amazing. Tom, do you have any final questions you'd like to
Well, just a comment. One comment real quick is Athena. It looks like Redemption Press has become what you wished existed back when you went through this with this Vietnam book.
Exactly. It is offering the services that are needed to create an excellent product and give people the ability to get that story into print and not do it prematurely, not be embarrassed by the end product,
Yes.
but to really have a quality product that can go beyond their little realm of, their friends and family and mom and sister who are going to love whatever you do, even if it has typos in it, right?
So
Exactly.
you just take it to another level. And how can people connect with Redemption Press?
Okay, and I did want to mention that there is a hyphen between Redemption and Press
Okay.
for our web address. So
I will put that in the comments below. Redemption-press.com.
.com, exactly. You can go on there, and right on our homepage is a spot where you can have your manuscript reviewed. We do not publish anything that we don't review first and give a thumbs up to. So we turn stuff down, but we would love to hear more about, if there's someone out there that's got an idea or got a manuscript, we'd love to take a look and see if we're a good fit.
That's awesome. Well, and also, Athena, give them your website so they can connect with you, your speaking, your book.
That is AthenaDeanHoltz.com.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Athena.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blessing. God bless both of you.
God bless you. What incredible ladies. I feel blessed to even, know these ladies, work with these ladies, and be in the publishing industry. It's such a refreshing things to see these people who are not only making a difference in the written world, but actually making a difference in helping people launch into their dreams and goals. So really quick, we're running out of time, I guess.
Well, I just want to say something real quick. What we've seen here is that sometimes a dream, whether it's in a man, woman, boy, girl, whatever it is, kind of flows out of a need that you have had in your own life.
Yes.
And sometimes that can trigger an idea and a concept that can become something beyond what you need for yourself, where you can take what you needed and make that service available for others.
It's like you see the lack of need and you think, how can we fix this?
Yes.
How can we make it better?
Yeah, it's so true. Well, it's exciting that we have these kind of people who can be an encouragement to us, and I'm having technical difficulties with our outro. Is that weird?
There it goes.
We need to close the show. We officially need Jim Welborn.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was panicking for a second. But
we just would have had to start singing ourselves.
thank you for this awesome women's show.
Yeah.
Tom, we are going to have to put some lipstick on you. No, I'm just joking.
He's so game for anything.
He's such the
Such a dad.
the man of publishing in the middle of the woman's world. We love Tom. Well, until next time, this is Amber
And this is Tom.
And Gracie.
Yes.
saying, step into the sunshine and
Get some tea.
get some boba tea.
Yeah.
And choke on those little, chew before you drink.
Before you drink.
And find something to celebrate.
Take care and have a great day.
Step into God's sunshine.